Welcome everyone. I am wandering off and we are going through Final Fantasy XI online and we're playing with our character Wandering. Right now we're playing as a monk. That is our job. There are many other jobs and we won't be focusing on any of those until much later in our playthrough. Right now we're just focusing on the monk. There are support jobs and we won't be using those until later on as well. Our focus will be to get from 1 to 99 with without dying on our monk, and then we'll worry about other jobs and sub jobs after that. But in this video we are going to do some missions, just so we can get a key item that can help us on our journey. And so we will let's get there for to the area first, and then we will discuss it. So the very first thing I highly recommend before you leave town, and I'll try to repeat this and I'll try to actually do it, is make sure that you have your instant warp, and make sure that you also have your signet. And so just come to the guard and just ask him to throw signet on you before you leave town. And so we're going to talk to Igsley, and we're going to ask him to bring us to a wanted encounter. And okay, so it's not in here. So the next there's content level 119, and go to which area, return to previous section, Volcarm Dunes, Baburimu Peninsula, Whiffham Island, Bibiki Bay, Carpenter's Landing. And so for this time we want to go to Valkyrum Dunes. So understood, and away to Valkyrum Dunes you go. And so you tell him yes, and now when we get here, we're in Valkyrum Dunes. So this is the map of what it looks like, and you'll see right behind us is Selbina. And for this episode we do want to go to Selbina, so we're going to walk this way. We don't want to zone in just yet. I'm not sure where the zone in part is. If we stand out of the, there are goblins close by. If you're right in this area, that sometimes can aggro. It looks pretty empty, but every once in a while over here there's a goblin that will run by and it might spot you. So that's why we're gonna stand over right about here, I think. And we're going to discuss what we're going to be doing here. So in our very first episode we were brought into a cutscene. We had no choice of the matter. At level 3 it just, the cutscene happens, and this cutscene was for Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-1. Well, today we're going to go a little further into the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Missions. And so this one was called Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, and our next mission will be called Resonance. So we're gonna click it, and Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-2 Resonance. And rewards. So series, none. Starting NPC, not applicable. Title, none. Repeatable, no. Description. Mission orders. A cryptic vision from the crystal has played in your mind. A strange woman bathed in light descended from the mother crystal in search of someone. What is the land of which she spoke? Perhaps someone in Selbina or Mira could provide clues. So our previous mission was Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, and our next mission will be Emissary from the Seas. And the rewards are none. And then the walkthrough, zone into either Selbina or Mura. Note, this will change what you have to do for the next mission. For ease, Selbina results in the requested item being obtained more readily from a higher number of spawns around the Crag of Dim in Constant Highlands. So, I choose Selbina, and you can choose either one. But I always choose Selbina. And so, right as soon as we zone in, let's go back to the game. Our mission will start for us. So, oops, the back to the game. There we go. And so, we'll just walk straight into Selbina. Estenban. Selbina's mayor is looking for adventurers to fulfill a special task for him. I'm not familiar with the particulars, but Flandies is. He can direct you to the mayor's residence. All right. And so, Flandies is this person right here. Hello there. Is this your first time to our fine town? Well, is it? Why, yes. No, I come here all the time, so we're gonna choose why, yes. Yes, I thought as much. You'd best head to the mayor's office. Trot down towards the shore and take the first stairway to turn right, follow the wall, and there it will be. And so we get a little tour of this gigantic town. Alright, so now once we're here, there is a waypoint, or a home point, sorry, and we want to click on it. And really, one thing I want to point out, travel to another home point. So let's say we want to travel to homepoint 1. Right now, it costs 500 gil to teleport to homepoint 1 in Bastok Mines from here. So it's 500 gil just to teleport from here to Bastok Mines. And so just keep that in mind. Now, before we enter, so we just walk down and follow the wall. And this is going to be the mayor's residence. And so, let me do something really quick. Thunderhawk. The Velcrum Dunes is Selbina's territory, but our militia is too few to patrol it. It is sad, but you adventurers must keep the sands safe. Okay, so that was a misclick. I really didn't want to talk to him at the moment, but we did, so now we're gonna go back to our walkthrough. So to make sense of this, we have completed this mission, Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-2, just by zoning into Selbina. That's all we had to do, and it is complete. So now we're going to move on to the next mission, which is Emissary from the Seas. So Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-3, Emissary from the Seas. Series, none. Starting NPC, not applicable. Title, none. Repeatable, no. Description: mission orders. You have been encouraged to meet the town's leader. Make haste. Previous mission was resonance. Next mission, set free. Rewards, none. So our walkthrough. So again, there's 2 different towns you can choose, and they give us the walkthrough for each. So if you picked Selbina, the Selbina path, talk to Nelina at F9 in the mayor's residence. Select the first option for a cutscene. If you picked the Mura path, then you'll want to talk to Numi Aldeligo at F9 in the governor's house, and then select the first option. So that is what's going to be happening in mission Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-3, is we're going to enter this little house that we're standing in front of and talking to Nelina. So, done. And so mayor's residence, and Nelina is the very first person you come into contact with when you enter. Nelina, welcome to the mayor's residence. How can I help you? So, what would you like to know? You wanted an adventurer? About this town, about the shops and services here, and nothing. Okay, so like the walkthrough says, you want to pick this one for the cutscene. We want to read everything, so we're going to go to these 2 first, and then we'll come back to this one. So about this town. Nelina, I can tell you much about Selbina. Which subject interests you? History, geography, industry, that's enough. So, history. Very well. Sabina was established by Bastok as a haven for ships bearing Gustaberg ore. She soon grew into a thriving port town. Sabina declared neutrality at the outbreak of the Great War and maintains her independence to this day. About this town again. Geography. Very well. Our fair town lies in the middle of the Valtrum Dunes, here in central Quan. Most of the coastline consists of dunes and shallows. Sabina stands atop the only suitable harbor. Okay, and then we want to go to industry. Very well, thanks to the harbor, industry in Sabina has prospered throughout the ages. But airships are the wave of the future, so we're trying to develop local industries such as fishing and agriculture. And then that is it in this section, so we want to go about the shops and services here. Very well. Here we have regional sales rooms of the Fishermen's and Weavers Guilds, as well as an inn and the Sea Travel Agency. You can purchase weapons from Tora Plant, or Piant, inside the inn, and local items from Dojuma in front of the warehouse. Okay, so that's all that she has to say to us about those two. You wanted an adventurer. Ah, you must be wondering. Thank you for answering the summons. One of the mayor's confidant, Dantes, has been asking for you. I am Abelard, mayor of this village. It's so tiny, you see, that all I do is mediate when there is disagreements. Apira, entrepreneur associate of mine, known as Gilgamesh, has had your name on his lips for the past several days. He rescued a young woman adrift at sea, and she spoke quite highly of you when she woke up. Finding you has removed one burden off my shoulders, but there remains yet another. You see, Gilgamesh made a second request. He's looking for clumps of bee pollen that can be procured from some of the large bees around the Crag of Hala or the Crag of Dim. Their medicinal properties are highly valued even during times of peace, and what with the recent strange happenings, you probably know what I'm going to ask. Wrest 3 clumps of bee pollen from those buzzing menaces located around either of the two aforementioned crags. Of course, your efforts will be duly rewarded. Best of luck. All right. And so, now we can see why we need the bee pollen. And so, let's go back to our walkthrough. So okay, so once you have gotten the cutscene, that completes Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-3. So our next mission is going to be Set Free. And so this is Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-4. Set Free. Series Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. Starting in PC, non-applicable, title, none, repeatable, no, description, mission orders. The town's leader has informed you that Gilgamesh is looking for a particular adventure and that he wants some goods. So for Mura, 3 Madragora dewdrops from Pig Moy Selbina, 3 clumps of bee pollen from huge wasps. Previous mission, so emissary from the seas. The next mission will be the beginning. So rewards, copper voucher or Gilgamesh's introductory letter. So our walkthrough. For the Selbina path, purchase from the auction house or farm 3 bee pollen from huge wasps in Lethane Plateau or Constant Highlands. If you choose to farm the pollen, the best area is in Constant Highlands around the Crag of Dim. There are about 12 to 15 spawns that you will find as you run around the crag, and by the time you make a lap, they will have respawned. Be sure to use wide scan under your map to help you find the wasps. In the Lethane Plateau, the spawns are spread out with only 3 to 4 at each of the valleys. Then return to Selbina and trade the pollen to Ablard. Note, if you have already unlocked your support job, your reward will be a copper voucher. If not, you will receive Gilgamesh's introductory letter used to unlock support job easier and earlier than before. So for the Mura path, purchase from the auction house or farm 3 Mandragora dewdrops off the Pig Gomoy in Tarangi Canyon. Return to Mara and trade the dewdrops to Eco Coco. If you are a new player, if you have already unlocked your support job, your reward will be a copper voucher. If not, you will receive the Gilgamesh's introductory letter used to unlock support jobs immediately. After completing the mission and receiving your Gilgamesh letter of introductory, speak to either Ishio in Selbina at G10 twice or Vera in Mura at G10 twice to unlock your support job. Alright, so in a previous video we spent a lot of time in Constant Highlands, and one of the things we were doing was collecting bee pollen. And so in this episode we're actually seeing what the bee pollen was for. And so if you haven't gotten your bee pollen before coming here, you'll need to go do that, and you can farm it at Constant Highlands, or you can go to the auction house and see if you can buy it. And then once you have your 3 bee pollen, you want to come back. You want to open trade with Ablard, and you want to give him 3 bee pollen. So then you want to push OK. Oh ho, you brought them back safely then. Gilgamesh and his entourage have just arrived back in port. Gilgamesh, so you're wandering, eh? I've heard much about you. My friend Wandering gathered these clumps of bee pollen just as you requested. Hi, this be just what we ordered. Now a little tit for tat. Excellent. I think adventurers would have a use for these. So here, wandering for you. Suppose we'd best get down to business. Wandering might come as a bit of surprise to hear this, but I am a pirate known for roaming the Bestor Sea. The oceans to the west have been a bit stormier than usual of late, and me crew and I came across a small vessel adrift upon the tides. So, of course, I say to myself, who do you think that such a delicate rowboat could stay whole in such a terrible brew? And then the whole thing started flashing red. Being the curious sailor I am, I went and investigated. Lo and behold, there was a pretty young lass lying prone along the deck. I've always had quite the fondness for the color red, figuring it must be a sign from Altena herself. I took her on board and brought her back with me to Norg. When she came to, the first words from those pale lips of hers were your name. So, I want you to come back to Norg with us. She was quite insistent on meeting you. You see, she's gone on a bit of a hunger strike. The ship's docked at port waiting to take you whenever you've got your affairs in order here. I just remembered a bit of a pressing engagement I've gotta attend to, but I'll catch up with you there. I have a request. Don't breathe a word to the populace that I aided a known pirate. Their activities aren't completely on the up and up, but as a port town, we still depend on them. And while we're talking of aid, remember to use that item I gave you. Ishio here in town will know what to do with it. So, now that we have this, we want to go to items. Key items. And temporary. Gilgamesh's introductory letter. Examine Gilgamesh's introductory letter. This letter of introduction provided by Gilgamesh serves as an unmistakable sign of his faith and trust in you. Present it to Vera in Mura or Ishio in Selbino and see if his words carry any weight. So, okay, so that completes Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-4. And so we have one more step to do before we continue on to the next mission. So then we go down and we come all the way over here and we talk to Ishio, I think is how you say it. So little girl, you want to be an adventurer, do you? Well, you've got a long way to go, I reckon. I too once took up arms for honor and country, but it was all in vain. I helped defend the nation. I tasted glory, but behind their smiles, people grew jealous. I lost my family, and my comrades deserted me. Soon I realized that all I did, everything I fought for, was in vain. I left the ranks for good. But as of late, the beastmen rise and challenge. Again, many may lose dear friends and family to the storms of war. I thought then of preventing such tragedy from happening again. Fortunately, an answer came to me. I decided to teach my survival techniques to brave youths like yourself. If you wish to learn them, you must prove your worthiness to me. Are you ready? So, you bet or not now? We'll say you bet. Very well. First, bring me a damselfly worm. I shall wait here. A Gilgamesh's introductory letter would be fine too if you can find one. And so, that's the first time we talk to him. And then this will be our second time. Splendid. As promised, I will now instruct you in a most precious skill. I call it a support job. Listen well and learn its secrets. Support jobs are undertaken anywhere you normally change jobs, and you must already be proficient in a job before you can declare it your support job. Furthermore, if the effective level of your support job can never exceed half that of your main job, also, since it is merely a support job, you'll never advance through experience. I shall give an example. Let us say you have attained level 20 as a warrior and level 10 as a white mage. You would obviously declare your main job, warrior, and your support job, white mage. In this example, you fight as a warrior of 20 levels and as a white mage 10 levels lower. Thus, you would be performing both jobs to their maximum potential. In contrast, if you had declared white mage your main job and warrior your support job, things would be very different. Since you would have only 10 levels of experience as a white mage, your potential as a warrior would be reduced to half that of your main job. Thus, 5, not a wise decision, is it? Similarly, you wouldn't want to make your support job something you've never done before. If your support job level is less than half that of your main job, your undeveloped skills would make not a difference. Remember this well. I recommend you choose a support job that covers your main job's weaknesses, or one that enhances its strengths. I realize there is much to remember, my pupil. Do you understand all that I've told you? So, yes, I am ready to go, or once more, please. So, we're going to say, yes, I am ready to go. He'll literally repeat what he just said. So, very good. Now, try your hand at a support job. You'll find it helpful in your journeys, I'm sure. And so, you can now designate a support job. So, that is our option. We can do that if we wish. For this particular tune, we're not going to just yet. But we do have it unlocked. Now that we've finished that, we are really there. So we just finished Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-4. which was set free. So now we want to go to the next mission called The Beginning. So Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-5. The Beginning. Series. None. Starting NPC. Not applicable. Title. None. Repeatable. No. Description. Mission orders. Gilgamesh claims that he chanced upon a young woman while sailing the stormy western seas and wants you to meet her in Norg. Speak to his crew when you are ready to leave, but those with Gilgamesh's letter of introduction should use it first. So previous mission was set free, and the next mission is going to be Flames of Prayer. Our rewards in this is going to be Resin Gema Sanctorium Orb. So the walkthrough, again, it's for, if you chose Sabina and if you chose Mara. So for Sabina path, we want to talk to Pace Comart at H10 in Sabina to be brought to Norg. So if for some reason you do not complete the next step, he will take you back to Norg again. And I think they meant to say that he will take you back to Sabina again. I think that's what they mean to say. So you won't actually end up in Norg, but they'll just bring you straight back if you continue to hold on to the letter. So that is my guess. Talk to the Oaken Door at K8 in Norg to Gilgamesh's room. And then for the Mira path, talk to Tana Sab at H9 in Mira to be brought to Norg. So if for some reason you do not complete the next step, he will take you back to Norg again. So then you'll talk to the Oaken Door at K8 in Norg to get Gilgamesh's room. So new players should make sure they select to unlock the Survival Guide, Proto Waypoint, and Homepoint before leaving Norg. And but that's what I'm thinking, because if you decide to hold on to the Gilgamesh's letter of introduction, and then you go try to talk to either Pecomart or Tana Sav, you're going to end up you'll get on the boat, but then they'll basically bring you right back to either Sabina or Mura. So you want to make sure and get this done first, and then once you've done that, then you come over and talk to them. And so now we'll go back to our game, and so here is Pecomart, and so we're going to just talk to him. Pecomart, we're set in sail for Norg. Landlubber, hopefully you can handle the rough seas. Travel to Norg, so yes or no, and so we'll say yes. Hoist the sails, mateys, we're off. And so now we're in Norg. Now we don't have a map for Norg at this time because Norg, the map for Norg is 3,000 gil. That is how much it costs. And we bought a few other maps, so we didn't buy this one. However, there are 2 home points in Norg. So there's this one, and then if you just run straight over, you will be able to see the other one right after you get out of here. So you'll be right here, and you'll just go straight, and there's the other one. And there's also a survival guide, so you might as well grab it. And then you'll grab the home point here. And again, to note, if we were to go from here to Bastock Mines, let's just say, so it would cost us 500 gil at this time to teleport. So that's just something that's noteworthy. So now we're gonna go talk to the oaken door, which is all the way down here. Again, we don't have our maps, so but Norg is rather small, so it's pretty easy to find your way around. And then we want to, this is oaken door. And then this is Cometilus. Did you get bumped about by the waves on your way here wandering? No matter, the boss be waiting inside for you. Oh ho, would you look at who's decided to join us? Master. I am both humbled and honored to be able to exchange words with you once more. I have followed your instructions to the letter. Months upon years have I toiled, seeking guidance from both man and the heavens, never once letting my training or dedication falter. All this I have done so that we may meet once more. Unworthy though your disciple Iroha may be, her words and emotions are true. So this is Iroha. So, how do you respond? Who or master? So who? You got Trill in your ears, girl? She's calling you her master. What kind of master runs around forgetting who their pupils are? You mean to say you don't remember her at all? What's all this malarkey? Do not get angry at her. It is only natural that she not remember me. I have wholly lost track of what year this is. 884, correct? This time is many, many years before I came to be, and my presence here is somewhat of an anomaly. Did you hit your head, for I found you floating adrift or something? You mean to say that you haven't been born yet, Aldo? Then how'd you get here? I come from an age far in the future when Vana'diel stands on a precipice and the master is the only one who can guide me. So you mean to say that wandering is this master of yours? And from the outfit you're wearing, I'd wager you were born in the Far East. That is correct. I am a guardian of Resenjima Sanctorium and have a strong link with the heavens as its chief priestess. Oh ho, I know the particulars of the Eastern faith are a bit foreign to the rest of us, but Altena remains a central figure even there. So that'd make you our religious authority then. And let me guess, the power of the spirits sent you back to our time. They sent me adrift so that I may prevent the darkness which has engulfed my era. What's this then? You're going to have to be a bit more straightforward. Does this mean that the beastmen end up victorious in the end, or is it something far more nefarious? Master, do I have your leave to show them our reality? Um, how do you respond? That's probably for the best. It's better they not know. So we're gonna choose. I don't know what the difference is. We're gonna choose that's probably for the best. By your will. In the age from whence I hail, Vana'diel is gripped in the vice of fear. In my homeland, we refer to it as emptiness, a blanket of darkness that inflicts all it touches. The master and her comrades strove tirelessly for a brighter future, and their tale is known by all in time. Many months and years passed. I came to be in this world with and trained diligently under the master's gentle hand. Yet it was not long before the skies began to cloud, both figuratively and literally. It descended like a thick miasma, stifling the land under a blanket of silence. I looked into the master's eyes and could see the truth. My homeland was not the only victim. Quan, Madarsha, Adeline, the end times were upon us, and both man and goddess were powerless to stop it. The end times were upon us. Oh. But then, how did you survive? The master and my father sacrificed themselves. My mother is from an island known as Rizenjima, the land where the final struggle took place. Vanquishing the emptiness was but a fantasy. It was all I could do to erect a barrier to halt its advance. A Pyrrhic victory, indeed, as the walls of Rezijima's sanctorum could do not but echo back my own solitary cries. I was trapped for several years when a spirit descended from the heavens to alight on a nearby brazier. She told me that there was only one speck of hope that could save us. The master. I was to find the master and join my light with hers. The spirits opened a path for me, guiding me back here to this point in Vana'diel's history. Master, I would like to give you this, lest I forget to do so at a later juncture. From what you told me, there will be many trials posed to you before you finally set foot in the land you know today as the Far East. Keep this by your side, and the path will remain open to you always. Follow its guidance, and it will lead you unfailingly to my time. However, now just hang on a minute. If we just follow it without doing anything else, we'll just end up at your apocalyptic future where You're the only one left alive, right? That is correct. However, the Master surely has the capacity to experience both futures, one with the emptiness and one without. Please find a way to. I cannot stay long. What in blazes? Wondering, I cannot make heads or tails of the whole thing. Think she's telling the truth? Aldo, this warrants further study. I'll see if my agents can pick up on anything. Sigh. I've never been too good at dealing with complex twists and turns. Give me some time to collect me thoughts. And so, now we have obtained the Resijima Sanctorium Orb. So, key items, and I'm not sure. Oh, it is temporary. Resijima Sanctorium Orb. Examine Resijima Sanctorium Orb. A pale yellow orb given to you by Iroha that can light the way to the future. Alright. And then map. Well, fancy map. Now let's go back to our walkthrough. And next, done. Okay. So, once you get the orb and the cutscene is done, that completes Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-5. So now we want to go to the next mission, Flames of Prayer. So this is going to be Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-6. Flames of Prayer. Series. None. Starting NPC. Not applicable. Title. None. Repeatable. No. Description. Mission orders. You have met Iroha, a priestess of Resijima Sanctorium. She has somehow descended from the future and claims that the world will be consumed if it continues on its current path. Yet she vanished without a trace. Ask Gilgamesh what to do next. So, the previous mission, the beginning. The next mission will be the path untraveled. So our rewards for completing this will be Rhapsodies in White. So the walkthrough. Examine the oaken door at K8 in Norg to Gilgamesh's room. This is a second time after the previous mission. So note, new players, the Rhapsody in White key item is a very powerful key item reward. It is beneficial for you to click on the item name link here in the wiki and see all the benefit it grants to you. So we're going to do that real quick. So we're going to click on Rhapsodies in White, and let's actually open it in a brand new tab. Sorry. So Rhapsodies in White. Then there's the image of what it looks like. So key item description. Its type is permanent key items. Description. Colorful images float before your eyes as you listen to this ancient tune. So obtained from name Gilgamesh Zone Norg. Notes. Rhapsodies of Vana'diel Mission 1-6. Used for type of events, event player benefits, name, see below. So then we get to see the effects. So experience and skill gains, 30% bonus to experience and limit points gains, 100% increase to combat and magic skill gains, Fields of Valor, reduction in the amount of tabs required for the following effects. So, homing instinct from 50 to 25, repatriation from 50 to 10, white magic re-raise from 10 to 5, white magic re-raise 2 from 20 to 10, white magic re-raise 3 from 30 to 15, white magic regen from 20 to 10, white magic refresh from 20 to 10, white magic protect from 15 to 5, white magic shell from 15 to 5, white magic haste from 20 to 10, field recipe dried meat from 50 to 25, field recipe salted fish from 50 to 25, field recipe hard cookie from 50 to 25, field recipe instant noodles from 50 to 25, field recipe dried agaracus from 50 to 25, field recipe instant rice from 50 to 25. So reduction in the amount of gil and tabs consumed by survival guides. And alter egos. So increase one of the maximum numbers of increase of 1 to the maximum number of 4 alter egos able to be called forth at once. So now we'll be able to call 4 of them instead of just 3. Other. So 80% reduction in gil consumed by home points. Additional items for sale by courier vendor moguls located in the 3 nations, and related links. Official forum description of key items effects. And so, we haven't gotten this just yet, but this is the mission we are on. And so all we do for this mission is click on the oaken door again. So let's go back to our game and our lovely no map, and then we want to just click on the oaken door one more time. Maybe there is something to that tale I has spun. There've been more and more oddities happening of late, and all manner of near and before seen beasts, people getting lost in places that look familiar but are somehow a bit off, and so much more that I could mention. At first I figured the beastmen were behind it all, but now I'm not so sure. We gotta take stock of the situation and dig up any common threads. Ideally, you'd be wanting to talk to my daughter Lion. A bit of a tomboy, that one, but there none in the Middle Lands as could match her clue gathering skills. There's just a small question of where she ran off to this time. Kamui. We made Norg our headquarters about 30 years ago. She bolted out of here a couple of days ago, asserting the best way to ascertain the Beastman Confederates' plan was to put out feelers amongst allies in the 3 nations. It stands to reason then that she's either in Bastok, Sandioria, or Windurst. Then you might run across her during the courses of some Beastman related missions. Head back to your home nation and follow up on that threat first. And so now we've obtained the key item Rhapsody in White. And that key item, permanent, so Rhapsody in White. Examine key item, examine Rhapsody in White. Colorful image is float before your eyes as you listen to this ancient tune. Okay, and so this completes our Rhapsodies in Vana'diel Mission 1-6. And that's where we're going to end this set of missions for right now. We will come back to it at another time, but the next time we come back to it, we will be at 1-7. So now, as I kept pointing out at our to our home points, we are going to go click on a home point once again, and we're just going to try to go to Bastok. So home point, travel to home point, Bastok, and we're going to go to Bastok Markets, exit, and so now it costs 100 gil to teleport to home point 1 in Bastok Market. So we're going to say yes. And so before it was going to cost us 500 gil. But now, since we have the item, the Rhapsodies in White, we get to travel for 100 gil. So that's quite a big difference, especially when you're low level. So that is why we want to finish that mission, get up to that point and get that item as soon as possible. So I'm not sure. We're gonna check our auctions. I doubt anything's sold, but we can check. We might as well. So okay. And that is going to conclude this video. We did quite a few missions. They were all related to Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. But they were pretty much cutscenes and all right there, that it makes it easy to just put all together. And so that's why we did it that way. And so now when we come back to Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, we will be on mission 1-7. That will be when we come back to it at another point in our playthrough. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I'm hoping you're enjoying my playthrough. We will see you in the next episode.